That's my deal, man.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, even though
Oh
that
yeah,
was
shit,
a
that's
month
right.
ago.
The first video back from 2021. Man, what a fucking year it's been. But
It-
we're not
it-
here to dwell on the past.
It's been crazy. This
Yeah.
the start of the year has been crazy. Kidzilla, you I don't know if you want me mentioning this though, but you've quickly recovered from COVID-19.
Yeah, COVID-19's gotten whooped over these past couple of days. So I'm glad to be
Corona
on the
time
up
has
and up.
happened.
Yeah. Perfect timing.
But he's back
Start
up.
2021 off with a bang. What we're doing today, what we're talking about, I mean, 2021 is bringing all sorts of good content for comic book fans. We're
Yeah,
here to
and
talk.
to the start to I think it's phase 4 of Marvel. We've got the start to it, like the first thing out. We thought we were gonna get Black Widow. Fuck that. We've got
No,
WandaVision.
pushing that back. Push it back. Push it back.
They've pushed it back to 2027.
Fuck it, why not? Do some reshoots. Wandavision. So we got 3 episodes in total to review today. 2 of them came out in a chunk, which was nice. So you got about an hour's worth to watch there, and then they dropped another one just the other week, right? Or was that this week? Can't tell. It's hard to keep up with it
No,
all.
we haven't had this one this week, I don't think.
Did you watch them in a big setting of 3, like back to back, or did you?
No. I was waiting till it like first came out, and I was like, oh shit, WandaVision, let's fucking go. I watched the first 2 episodes, then the other one came out, and I was like, oh yeah, let's fucking watch this. Let's go.
So the first episode seems to be in a setting of the 50s. It's black and white. I think it's 16:9 ratio with the boxes at the side, which is nice. It's a nice aesthetic. It's very clean looking for black and white. I think they've done really well with setting up the old school sitcom with the background laughing track. Do you know, something like a Big Bang or a Friends would have, do you know, like a fake
Big
audience.
Bang Bazonga.
Yeah. Like as if there's some sort of studio audience watching WandaVision. What did you think about the very first episode of WandaVision? This thing has been really hyped up. It's on the cover of a lot of magazines. I'm seeing a lot of billboards around where I live for it. So, you know, disneyplus are really pushing WandaVision to be a big thing on their platform. What did you reckon?
Oh, it's a very good show. I really do like it. The setting up this thing, like, it's a little mystery. We just think everything's normal, but in the last episode, this episode 3, we've seen like outside of Wanda's bubble.
Whoa, we're getting there, son. He's jumping straight to episode 3. What did you think about? What did you think about the very first episode? So being dropped into it, not knowing really what's happening. Where are we talking about timeline wise? Is this in time with the movies?
Yeah, this is in time because Vision is supposed to be dead, but she's made this like little pocket reality, and in this, Vision is not dead.
Or has she made the reality, or is somebody else making it?
Someone's manipulating her.
Yeah, so
this is very much like the House of M comics.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully, it doesn't end like the House of M ended.
How did that end?
She disintegrated the entire universe and rebuilt it.
Quite a strong character. Hopefully, it doesn't end like that.
I'm hoping they do a lot of good things with Scarlet Witch. She's a very strong character, and I want to see her explored more.
Yeah, very overpowered, and maybe that is why she's being kept. Because you said, do you think the overall theory is that she's there by her own will, and this is a reality she's created up to kind of help deal with the loss of Vision?
Yeah, because she might have gone crazy after Endgame, because she got what she wanted. She hurt Thanos, but she didn't get Vision back, so she's probably gone a little bit mad. And she's created this pocket reality where everything's normal.
Yeah.
She's got a husband, which is Vision. They've got jobs. They've got a little town.
Yeah. A lot of things are off about the town straight away, like Vision's job. He doesn't really understand what it is that he does there. He just, does things really quick because he's a computer. And Wanda's obviously the stay-at-home wife, which is how it would have been in the 50s, which is a rough estimate of the time period they're in. The first episode, what did you think about the episode overall? Because it was the boss coming over for tea, right? Mr. and Mrs. Hart.
Over for dinner.
Yeah. The opening was it was all about the date on the calendar with the heart on it, and then not understanding the significance of the heart and
Yeah,
what that day meant.
yeah, they thought it was the anniversary, and Wanda started going fucking crazy.
Yeah, because they couldn't understand what it would be the anniversary of. Because obviously Wanda wants marriage and a child with Vision and all that stuff, and obviously they'd never had a chance to get married.
She was gonna have the pleasure vision.
Yeah, she came down in a night frock and sexually assaulted the boss. But they
Yeah,
played it off to a European greeting, which was funny.
yeah.
It was funny, but it was also kind of sad in a way because the day with the heart underneath it, I don't know which one it actually was meant for, the anniversary or the dinner with the bosses, but I kind of feel like to Wanda, it was an anniversary that they hadn't had yet because this is like her fantasy reality, and in her fantasy they would have been married. First episode that was
Let,
it.
let me just let me just roll back. You know how I said she went to pleasure vision. It actually came out. Paul Bettany said this. Fucking Vision has a penis, and he
Is that
said it's
canon?
big and purple. Yeah, it's canon. It's big and purple.
It's big and like pinky purple.
Yeah,
Disgusting.
that's what he said. He came out and said that.
I don't know if he's allowed to do that though. I mean, he's just the actor that plays him. I mean, is he really allowed to just write canon in there?
I mean, yeah.
The comic book writers might be like, I don't know, because I know she definitely wants to have a baby, but obviously he's dead. So this is just.
I mean, they
completely
did end up having children.
Yeah.
That's a very
Talking
weird
cinematic
scene.
universe, yeah. So episode 1, a lot of weird stuff does happen. Obviously, when the boss comes over, the weirdest part is when he chokes on the food and the wife seems to break out and just laugh and say, "Stop it!" Right? Is that what she
She's like,
says?
"Can you stop that? Stop
Yeah.
dying!"
And then she's like laughing, but kind of crying, but then laughing, and
Yeah,
Vision and Wanda just sat
it
across from each other.
it was a very creepy piece of cinema, but it's
TV.
TV. But
Disney
you know,
original.
it's good. It's good.
Yeah, it was odd, and I don't really know what they're alluding to there. Just like a break in the Matrix, kind of, and Wanda and Vision
Yeah.
are just sat looking at each other awkwardly until Wanda tells Vision to do something, and in which he takes his hand and puts it through the throat, like phasing through his boss, Mr. Hart's neck, and pulling out whatever it was he pulled out. It was like a strawberry or something.
So now we know he can Kalimar people.
Yeah, but yeah, that was it for episode 1. It wasn't really what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting. What about you? It didn't really come off as a superhero show. It's not your cut and paste superhero where the good guys were fighting bad. You know, it's odd.
Yeah, it's something new that Marvel are trying out, but they're gonna take it somewhere good. I can trust Marvel with that.
What I felt the entire time I was watching it, it felt like we were observing like something in its tank, like a fish in its tank. It's kind of like you were just watching their lives play out. There was nothing too super happening. They were just people with superpowers who, were having people over for dinner. So yeah, that was the first episode. I don't know if you caught it, but for each episode they did an ad break halfway through, like a fake ad break. Did you catch what the first one was about?
No, I don't really remember that.
It was an ad for a toaster.
Oh yeah, no, the Stark toaster.
Yeah, the Stark toaster. Yeah, they've done one for each episode. We'll go over the next two in the next 2 episodes. But yeah, the Stark toaster. I thought that was just a cool little tie-in. It's all about references in today's comic book movies and TV shows. People love references. People love references to things they've never seen or heard about, or things they're big fans of. So yeah, it's cool to see Stark Industries toaster. It's cool to know that that's what Stark Industries was making in the 50s. And we move over to episode 2. So episode 2 seems to be set in the 60s with the decor change and the house they live in. Not too much change to the black and white. Not that I can remember, at least. Maybe they widened it a bit or changed the hue of black and white.
I think they widened it a little bit.
Yeah, but each episode seems to be set in a different time period. So you got the 50s, the 60s.
And each episode is like a different sitcom show.
Yeah, this time we had a different intro, didn't we? The annoying. It's like Wandavision.
Yeah, I sent you a fucking video on Snapchat saying, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, it was cool. It's kind of like the Jeffersons. You obviously won't remember that. Or is it the Jetsons? I don't really remember that. But it's like a quirky cartoon show with a cartoon intro. So it was kind of cool to see a different intro for it. Probably be getting a different intro for every episode. Animated Wanda and Vision. This episode was the magic show episode.
Yeah. It was like the Westview talent show.
Yeah,
to
quite a lot going on
raise money for the children, right?
for the children.
For the
Episode
children.
1, if I remember correctly, nothing really odd happened at the end of episode 1, because something odd happened in the next 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Episode 1, it didn't end out too odd, right? It ended with Vision and Wanda just about to turn on the TV, and then it zooms out of their episode ending into a person in color and full aspect ratio. Watching them.
Sword headquarters. Do you know
Yeah,
what Sword is, right?
Sword. Yeah, I know Sword. Sword is like the version of Shield to do with space, and they contain weaponry.
That's where we're speculating that Nick Fury, as you know, in the end of Spider-Man: Homecoming, we saw him in space.
Yeah. Yeah,
like having this like little vacation. That's where he is.
Sword are cool. Sword and
On
Shield.
the Sword ship.
Yeah, I've actually got down in my notes here. Sword stands for Sentient Weapon Observation Response Division. So
Damn,
I guess
you really did your research, Aaron.
Yeah, I guess Sword. I didn't know it stood for that, but I guess Sword take weapons and just observe them. And with you obviously knowing how strong Scarlet Witch is and Vision, in a way, because Scarlet is projecting Vision because Vision's dead. It makes sense that Sword is watching Scarlet and Vision because of how powerful they are. They're technically watching weaponry, aren't they? So it makes sense. So yeah, so that was the end of episode 1. The zoom out of the episode that's just finished in Scarlet's head, maybe, and we see an actual person watching it with the Sword logo. So yeah, back onto episode 2, the magic episode. What do you reckon? What do you think about it?
It was very peculiar, but it got there in the end.
Yeah, it's just wacky, isn't it?
Yeah, their entire secret of like them having superpowers almost got out to the town of Westview, but they just played it off as magic.
Yeah, Wanda kept having to say Vision out because Vision had some big red chewing gum. Big Red, I think that's a popular American brand of chewing gum, and he swallowed it accidentally and it got caught up in his cogs. It kind of gave him like a drunk effect, kind of like he'd been sipping. So Wanda basically kept having to save Vision and basically explain away how he was flying and making things disappear.
Yeah, she had to like when he started levitating, she had to appear like a rope behind him.
Yeah. Another weird thing happened in this with the radio. I don't know if you remember.
It was like, Wanda, can you hear me?
Yeah, we had a voice come over the radio. Any speculation?
That was in the trailers.
Yeah, that was in the trailers.
It's probably people in Sword like who are observing it, because I'm gonna jump the gun to episode 3 here just a little bit. She's in like this little pocket reality. She's absorbed the town of Westview, and she has made it her own with all these people.
Yeah.
And she's got Vision there. She's got these people that she's placed there, and it's like a bubble. And then she shot that girl out. I don't remember who it was.
Yeah. No, I know the one you referenced then. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, I don't know if it was the army or Shield or Sword rolled up in Humvees and were like,
"Yeah, I need to get her out of there."
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we got a view to what's happening. It's like a little bubble with hexagonal.
Yeah, it is. It's like she can't see outside of it, but from their perspective, they can see like a two-way mirror sort of. It kind of leads to like a Freeman show situation where it limits where they can go. But at one point, we see Vision go somewhere that isn't seen on that main street. It goes to the library to do the Night Watch meeting where he plans to become part of the neighborhood watch. So it's interesting.
Because the tree was scaring him at night time.
Yeah, it's interesting to think how far Wanda's brain can allow them to go in this made-up reality.
You know what I think is weird? She found that helicopter that was in color.
Yeah, true.
Like a little toy helicopter.
Yeah, I couldn't understand what that was either. I thought maybe someone had dropped it in as a clue or something, because it's hard to tell at this point if she's there for her own will, if she's there because she wants to be there, if she put herself there, if this is all her doing, or if she's being held there by Sword, because like I said, she's a human weapon, and that's what Sword dealing, observing weaponry. So it's hard to tell at this point if she wants to be there, if she doesn't want to be there. But it's leaning more towards the side if she does want to be there, because whenever anybody tries to break the perfect reality she set herself for, she kind of she likes to roll back time. Getting onto that in episode 2, she does it with the beekeeper It is episode 2, right? The beekeeper, the last black and white episode, right? He comes out of the drainage
Yeah,
from the floor because they hear another noise, and Vision believes it to be the tree. And he says, "Oh, I'm going to rip it out of the ground if it's that tree." And he goes outside and he sees the drainage being popped up, and the beekeeper comes out, and he has also got the sword logo on him, and he seems to be just having bees around him. And
yeah.
Wanda says no, and rolls back time to where they're back in the living room. She
People are
seems to be in
speculating
control of
that
time.
behind this is Mephisto,
Yeah, I
the
can see that.
Marvel Satan.
Yeah, there's definitely a big potential for a big villain or villains to be in control of it. But yeah, the beekeeper was super creepy, and yeah, Wanda seems to be in control of time there. She does another time skip in the next episode, which we'll get onto. Episode 3, which was the first color episode, is actually called In Color, which was a nice change.
It
It's
was
set.
jumped up to like the 2000s, kind
No,
of.
it's set in the 70s, the 1970s. You can tell by all of the hairstyles and the way they dress and the decor in the house. That's a guess. But this is the baby episode. Wanda
baby.
seems to be pregnant with a baby or two, as we find out by the end of it.
And that is it Billy and Tommy? But
Yeah, Billy and Tommy.
who they actually are is Speed and Wiccan.
Yeah, obviously. How far will that go? We don't know because he seems to be progressing really, really quick. By the start of the episode, boom, she was just pregnant, and then she was months pregnant, and then months and months pregnant, and then in a 20, 30-minute episode, she'd fully developed 2 babies.
It was like a full day, and Vision had to like expose his powers kind of to run that fast to get home with the Doctor.
Oh damn it! We've done it again. We've jumped the gun. There's 2 more things from the second episode that I just wanted to quickly touch on. There was the ad. There was the second ad. I don't know if you caught that one either. Do you know, like the Stark ad?
I probably remember.
It was the Hydra watch. So again, it's just kind of laid out like a regular ad, and it's a guy getting dressed, and he puts on a watch, and the camera zooms in to tell you about the watch and to sell the watch, and it's got a Hydra logo on it, and boom, that's just it. It's just like a cute little nod, but Hydra confirmed. Yeah, Hydra confirmed. So yeah, back onto episode 3. So she is pregnant, and it seems to be whenever she has contractions or false contractions of labor, she the room starts to shake and things start to happen because she's powerful.
Levitating, the power goes out on the block.
So her pain is obviously interacting with the world she's in, and it's affecting everybody. This is also the first episode where things are really, really starting to unravel. The first 2 episodes were the very first episode was nearly perfect, other than the choking. And the second episode, you had the voice on the radio. But this episode, there's several things that go wrong. Straight away, Vision goes outside and sees his neighbor, who he's friends with, and he's cutting down trees.
He's cutting down the hedge, and he goes into the wall.
Yeah, but he's like halfway down the wall. Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, I think you missed the tree there a bit." And he's like, "Oh yeah, so I did." And he just keeps cutting. Yeah, he just keeps cutting right through the wall. Vision, he looks a bit bewildered, but just kind of lets it be. But I think this is like the first big crack in the reality for Vision. It kind of like makes him
It's kind of weird because later in the episode the guy starts telling her like because we're and he doesn't get to finish it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, at one point Vision goes outside and 2 of the neighbors are talking, and they seem to be talking about Wanda. They look kind of worried and scared actually, so Vision goes over to investigate, and they can't really seem to get the words out on what they're so worried about.
Weren't they fixing the wall in that scene as well? They were like plastering over it.
It looked like it, possibly. But yeah, Vision went over to find out, and they couldn't quite finish what they were saying. But Wanda does have the baby, and luckily her friend is there to help her pass the baby, give birth. And this is also a big moment where we get a reference to Ultron. Well, I say a reference. She just outright says...
yeah, she just mentions Ultron, and then she's like, "Oh no, I didn't say anything."
Yeah, this character seems to be like the one that's gonna break it down. She's a lot in the trailer. The one that gets kicked out at the end. She gets spat out of the bubble again. I would have remembered.
Apparently, this is Monica Rambeau, like the girl from Captain Marvel. You know, the little girl.
Right, yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, I think you mentioned that on a podcast actually.
Yeah.
I've heard that. But she seems to know a lot more than anybody else, and this actually upsets Wanda. The mention of Quicksilver dying at the hands of Ultron. Is it Quicksilver, right?
Yeah, it's Quicksilver, Pietro Maximoff, the guy that played Kick-Ass.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the one that gets killed by Ultron, and she mentions it, and it upsets Wanda. But they seem to make it through in the end, so she can have both the babies. Yeah, it's just another wacky episode with all sorts of stuff going on, including the stork painting coming to life. So that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
We do get another ad in this one. I'm guessing we're gonna get an ad-in episode, and this one was about soap. It was also Hydra related. It was just called Hydra Soap. Escape into a reality. So this one I kind of thought was talking about what Wanda was experiencing. It was a woman who had run off her feet with chores and kids, and the voiceover who was selling the soap said, "Do you need an escape? Do you need a place that's perfect?" Kind of describing exactly what Wanda had. So are they kind of alluding that Hydra have got something to do with this perfect space that Wanda's in? I think
it's like that ad explaining like what she's
Yeah.
going through. It's like the ads that you get at like 3 a.m. where it's like, "Are you in bed? Is it the middle of the night? Do you
Yeah.
need to go to sleep? Just fucking with you."
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, also Vision jumps back in time at some point in this. We don't know if it is Wanda doing because we don't see it, but Vision is talking to Wanda about the place that they're in, not looking right or not feeling right, not getting a good vibe, and all of a sudden he jumps back for like 5 seconds and completely changes his answer. Do you remember that?
No. I was very sleepy when I watched the episode.
Yeah, at one point he's just basically telling Wanda how he doesn't like how things are looking, how things are feeling, and yeah, he jumps back and changes his answer completely, almost as if Wanda's trying to control him to make him feel like, where they are isn't actually too bad. And yeah, that's all 3 episodes. What was your favorite episode out of all 3?
I liked episode 2. I think episode 2 takes the crown for me at the moment.
Yeah, the magic episode.
That could always change.
Yeah. Hopefully we do get quite a couple more of these episodes. I'm hoping for at least another 3. I think 6 would be good. They are calling it a mini series, so
apparently we're getting it until March. That's what I've heard.
All right, okay. Well, at least that'll keep us covered for lockdown. Plenty to keep us going. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Again, it wasn't what I was expecting. Quite odd because it is a superhero show, but it's nothing like a generic superhero show, which I guess is also good because you don't want it to just be standard, just like everything else. And yes, it's definitely going to be something I'm keeping up with for the foreseeable future. Wanda and Vision, because they weren't 2 main characters that I focused a lot on, but now since this, I've definitely looked into them a bit more, and I dig it. I really dig it. So yeah, that was episode 1 to 3 of Wandavision reviewed. I think we might end up doing the rest of the episodes.
Yeah, definitely. We might just wait until episode 6 comes out and then we just do the 3.
Yeah, try and keep it in chunks of 3. It's a lot easier to contain. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, really enjoying it. Gonna keep it up. Hopefully they keep with these time periods, and we'll see where it goes. We'll see. It's just gonna be interesting to see where they go with Sword, who ends up being the big villain behind it all, and if they ever get out. But yeah, thank you for watching. It's appreciated. Adios.
Bye.